Inspire still in lockdown, and these days I am doing all I can to avoid being breathed on by strangers. You know, the whole social distancing thing. And I don't want to breathe on anyone else either. I mean, fair's fair. But it does make you wonder. I wonder, will we ever blow out candles again on a birthday cake and still expect people to eat from that birthday cake? Who knew that simply exhaling could be such a dangerous thing? And now, after months in lockdown, we're allowed to go back to church. Well, sort of church. We're not allowed to sing, and we have to pretty much avoid each other. And to be honest, I don't know whether to cry out loud or laugh out loud. Probably neither. Both are frowned upon these days, because the air that we breathe is a dangerous thing. But hasn't it always been? I mean, haven't we been wearing masks for ages? I know I have. I wear a mask to protect myself, not just from germs, not just from this virus, but from the words that might get breathed out over me if folk truly knew me. The real me. You're sincerely here. You see, there is danger in the breath of man, because what are words but just air exhaled through vocal cords in ways that can leave you breathless. And so I wear a mask to disguise myself, a filter to make sure that you only see what I want you to see of me, with the camera angled just right, to get as many likes as possible and smileys, to make me feel that you feel better about me and breathe a sigh of relief. Both of us. I mean, who needs the hassle? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the air that most of us breathe these days. But I also wear a mask to protect others. After all, it's only right, isn't it? Not from germs, not just from this virus, but still an act of kindness to protect others from the damage I would cause if I actually lived out WYSIWYG. You know WYSIWYG? What you see is what you get. Tell it like it is. Pull no punches. Spit it out. Don't beat about the bush. Hit me with it. Really? Maybe. Sometimes. But most times, I choose to wear a mask so that I don't hit you with it. So that I don't hit you with audible blows that continue to injure long after their expiry date. No. I take a deep breath. I inhale my thoughts, and then I filter my words through a mask that I call love. So yeah, let's be honest with each other, but empathetically honest. Because the breath of man can be a dangerous thing, even unwittingly. And before we know it, others may be gasping for air in the smog of a word cloud that we have vaped, somehow believing that it's better so, somehow safer. The breath of man can be a dangerous thing. But the breath of God, well, now you're talking. God breathes life. God speaks life. Let there be, and there was. At the very beginning, God forms man from the dust of the ground, and she breathes the breath of life into him, and humanity becomes. a living being. That's why in the Bible, the word for spirit and breath are the very same word. Again and again and again, God's Spirit breathes life into creation. Dry bones take on flesh. The Virgin conceives. Exiles return home, not by might, not by power, but by a breath of fresh air. Not in the earthquake, not in fire, but in the still, small voice that simply but maddeningly says, "Follow me." That same breath of God kissed life into dejected, disillusioned disciples who had lost their way, their truth, and their life. The Spirit of God, the divine Ruach, breathes on them, curing their chronic halitosis and infecting them with abundant life, incomprehensible peace, and a call that inspires them to bring the winds of change to a needy world, so that the breath of man may less and less be a dangerous thing. So breathe on me, breath of God. Fill me with life anew. When I'm deflated, when I'm exhausted, when I'm out of breath, puffing and panting and pilgriming the way of the cross, breathe on me. Breathe on me, breath of God. When I feel I have to hide behind a mask because I've forgotten that my self-image is not determined by the image of myself, but by the fact that I am created in the image of God. We all are. Wonder of wonders. Breathe on me, breath of God, and make the vocals in my song pure and true, kind, wholesome, fruitful. Breathe on me, breath of God, and awaken me from the reckless slumber of self-righteous arrogance that thinks that I am better than anyone else. And finally, Spirit of the living God, breathe on me so that I become aware that my every living breath proclaims your name.